Hi, it's me. I'm back. I'm sorry I haven't made a video in a while, but we've been just so very busy this summer so far. And it's early summer, but my goodness, it has felt like at times it's felt like July or August. It's been so hot where I live. We haven't had any rain. I know some places are getting flooding. This is not one of those places. All the grass is like brown and crunchy, and it's just horrible. I wish we had a small enough lawn that we could actually that we could water it, but we water the parts that we kind of play in, and other than that, it's a crunchy mess. So and also my kids are taking swimming lessons this summer, which I'm so excited about because I am a nervous Nelly with my kids around water. And the lessons that they're taking are in a lake, which is really cool. Because I think if kids learn in a lake, they don't rely on getting to the edge like they would in a pool. And I'm not saying pool lessons aren't great too, but I feel a little better about it being in a lake because then I know they can get to the edge in a pool and they can get to the shore in a lake, hopefully. And it's Monday through Friday for 6 weeks. So my kids are really getting some super thorough lessons, which is awesome. So, oops, that was my phone, sorry. I wanted to give you a quick update, like breaking news, on the Hubby budgeting debt-free journey thing. I haven't made many updates because really there hasn't been much to report on. I kind of was just I've been continuing to read The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, and I'm really enjoying that book, and I've learned quite a bit about like insurance policies and things that I thought I knew and obviously didn't know. So and my sprinkler's going so you can hear that. That's what that sound is. And so I was trying to not push the issue with my husband much. And I can tell when he's resistant. Do you know what I mean? Like I can tell when I bring it up, maybe it's the wrong time or he's not in the mood, or I was getting a lot of that. But last night, this is like big news for me. And I'm sure if anyone who's in a similar boat had something like this happen, it would be exciting for you too. So last night, every evening, I enter in any receipts that we've had for the day into our budget software. And if I get any bills in the mail, I add them to my, I showed you my green bill binder. In the sheets that I have in there, I write down what the amount is because I usually have the bill and the due date pre-filled. So when I get the bill, I write it in how much it is and put it in the pocket to be paid. And then I go through and just kind of, every evening I kind of do like a quick glance over of everything. So I know what's going on. I import transactions from the bank and reconcile my register with the bank to make sure that everything's capiche. But so last night I'm sitting there, yesterday evening, it wasn't late, it was probably 6 o'clock or so. My husband had come home from work. And normally when he sees me in there working on money stuff, he like does not come near me. He doesn't even get near me. Well, he doesn't come over. He just avoids that area. And I don't know if that's intentional or what. But yesterday, I'm sitting at the table. We have a separate table. It's where I usually do my videos indoors. There's like a game table, but it's also my little desk area since my desktop took a poo in my office. I don't ever go in there anymore. So I'm sitting there and my husband comes over and pulls up a chair. And I'm thinking, oh, something must be awry. And he just was like, so blah, 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 just some small chit chat, which was like, and he's sort of looking at what I'm doing and I'm thinking, is he like interested? Is this like, okay, this is so stupid, but this is how the moment it happened, I was like, this is one of those moments where, like if you've ever been a little kid and you find like a bunny in your yard or like a stray kitten and you want to like touch it or hold it, but if you move too quickly, you'll scare it away. That's how I felt about my husband yesterday. I was like, okay, I really want to like pet the bunny, but I don't want to scare the bunny away. So I was trying to kind of like feel him out because he does not ever come over and sit down when he knows I'm working on money. So I was like, this is just very strange. So we started kind of talking about, I just started slowly bringing some things up that I was dealing with. And one of my biggest problems right now, I know I've told you that we need to reduce our outflow every month. And so I've been working on doing that with no help from him. And I have another situation where there's the possibility of us, or the opportunity for us to buy half of a beef at a price that is considerably cheaper than what you pay for it at the grocery store. And it's organic, and hi honey, and it's organic, and I have a little midget coming out here. It's organic and it's grass fed. You can come over here. It's real hot though. Come over into the shade. We're on our deck, and where the sun shines, the deck is like really hot. It's like blistering hot lava, isn't it? Yeah, this is Scout, my little tiny baby midget, who just got done swimming lessons, so she's still all wet. What are you doing out here?
Nothing. I was going to ask you if I can have a taffy or a
coffee candy. You can have one of whichever you choose. Okay? Run, quick, quick, quick. Don't let the dog out though, okay? She's got bare feet, and our deck gets so hot, so it's like you have to run from the shady spots. It does get really hot. It's like, ever been to the beach when it's like sun shining down and the sand is like fire? That's kind of how our deck is right now. What was I saying? Oh, so we have the opportunity to possibly buy half a beef, and that would considerably reduce our grocery bill for the month, because the most expensive thing I buy is meat, and I'm sure anyone who pays attention to their grocery budget also has the same thing. So I've been kind of torn about what to do with that, because of what I'm trying to do with our finances, but then that's another situation. So I've mentioned it to my husband a couple times, and so yesterday, right when he sat down, that was one of the things I was trying to figure out, and so I kind of brought him on board with me. And then we got to talking about vehicles. Now, I drive a vehicle that is too expensive, and right now it happens to be worth less than what we owe on it. So we've tried to trade it in, and nobody will take it because it's negative equity on it, and so we're like stuck with it. And I feel like I just am sick and tired of I don't want it. I don't want this vehicle anymore. And so I'm frustrated that I'm paying this high payment on this vehicle that to me is just, now that I've got, my mind has shifted as far as how my finances work, it's like I look around at these things and I'm like, God, what are we thinking? So I got to talking to my husband about the vehicle, and how what kind of vehicle I drive is not important to me. The things, and I've never been a thing person. Like, I've never needed name brand things, or I don't need to drive an Escalade or Denali. I happen to drive a Denali, but that was not, I didn't want one. That was just the one we found. We were looking for a used SUV, and it was like the only one they had, and it was stupid. Ugh. But anyway, so I'm telling my husband, I want to get out from underneath this vehicle. I want to sell it and then pay cash for like an old clunker, and I'm totally fine with that as long as it's safe and it gets me where I need to go. Would be nice if it had decent gas mileage. Those are the only things. I don't need DVD players or any of that. And then he even said, well, maybe I should think about selling my truck. He's got a truck that he really likes, and the payment's not as high as mine, but it's up there. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So my husband's like kind of, and so we kept talking, and I'm like, we need to, and he's like, why don't we get rid of our home phone? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. He's like, I don't know how on board he is going to be with this for the long haul, but just the conversation and his willingness to like, let's reduce some of these things was like huge. So I wanted to share that with you, and I didn't do anything really to prompt that, so I can't give you like any tips on how to make that happen. I've just been leaving him alone, and he just came over on his own. So, but give me like a congratulations, because that was huge. And if there's any more new breaking news, beep, 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 I'll beep in and let you guys know. So talk to you later. Bye.